The fruit of the Ruakh Akadesh. Back to the basics, 24. The fruit of Ruakh is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, as well as faith, hope, love, joy, righteousness, and right standing with Yahuah, authority and power. The fruit of the Ruakh is. And let me tell you, when John the Baptist witnessed about Yahushua, he said, he will come. I baptize you with water, with repentance. But he will come and baptize you with the Ruakh HaKodesh and with fire. Yahushua himself said, I have to leave. I have to go to my Father so that you can do it. Have the Ruakh HaKodesh. He said, what I do, even more you will do, because I go to my Father, and then my Father will send you the Ruakh HaKodesh to help you walk in your authority and power. Let's use an example. Imagine fruit trees. There's different types of seeds. Okay? Let's go with a lemon. Okay? Lemon have little seeds. So what you have to do first, you heard of tree nurseries? They have little cups that they put the lemon seed in there, and they water and they make sure it's nutrient, soil, and the lemon tree starts to develop its roots. When they see a little bitty spike come up, that means they got to take the little cup and transplant it into bigger container so that the roots can continue to grow and that little bitty spike can grow a little bit longer. And so what they can do, sometimes they put a little stick next to it so that little spike can grow a little taller. Then as it's growing a little bit more, they see that they need to take it and plant it. And each pot is deeper. And each one is bigger so that the roots can grow and get stronger, as well as that little tree coming from that little seed can grow up. And the more it grows, the bigger the stick they put next to it so that it can stay up. And then once it gets to a certain thing, they have to transplant this big roots. They literally put it in a bag or something, and they take it out of those things, the bag that nutrients and stuff like that, and then they dig a big hole in the ground and put the tree in it. Now the tree can grow as big as it needs to grow, as big as it wants to grow. And even when it's a little about this big, that first year, it will produce some fruit. But if you follow Leviticus, the first 3 years, you leave the fruit alone. Let it fall to the ground, let it nourish the ground and stuff like that, because it's nasty. Then the 4th year, those belong to Yahuah. And then, let people pick from it and things like that. Then the 5th year, you take from it and everybody else and just go from there. That's what it is in the spiritual realm. Yahuah's word plants a seed. He says, come to me. And when you spend that time with him, he helps to develop roots. And that's what happens. That fruit, imagine you're the tree. That fruit, at first it don't look as good. I thought you have people like, I thought you was saved. I thought you and stuff. You suck. Yeah, you're not perfect at doing your thing. But as you keep practicing, walking in love and obedience, walking in his presence and seeking his face and continuing to get with him and translating what he brings to you out to others, you'll grow stronger and stronger and better and better. Your fruit that you produce will be better. Then people will come and rest under your shade and eat of your fruit. But it takes time. I'm not saying it takes all these years in the spiritual realm or in those lives, but just thinking about the tree, it takes time. And imagine, remember, it's producing fruit. So what does fruit have in it? It has its seeds. So say you have children. You started at 25. Now you're 30. And you have children. And you growing your children up in that stuff. Yeah, you're not perfect, but you grow your children up in that. So they are earlier able to produce fruit. So you got that tree, and then remember the first 3 years they fell to the ground. You might produce little trees next to you. That's how you get an orchard. That's how you get an orchard, because they take the seeds. But what usually happens is, you can't take from your mom's stuff. You got to get your own and start growing. Can't take from your daddy. You got to get your own and start growing. And that's where Yahuah has us teach our children about relationship with them. We can't be in a relationship for our children, for our spouses. We only can be in a relationship with us. But because of the fruit of our Ruakh, the fruit that is being produced in us, it ministers to them. And they say, wait a minute. I remember you used to be this and you used to do that, but now you're changing. I need to get some changes. And sometimes it takes time. For some people, it's easy. Some people are like, you know what? I need that. I need what you got. Other people, it might take some years. That's what Yahuah wants us to know. That the Ruakh, he gives us that fruit. And when people pluck from us and take of our fruit, when they experience our presence, just we walking down the street and we are smiling and saying hi to random folks, or if he tells us to go minister to that person, but they're seeing what that produces. We're just playing, having a good time with our children. Other people notice. The children notice. My husband used to say, why are these teenagers and other people trying to play with my little children? Because you're playing with them, and you interacting with them as you guys are playing, and you wonder why. Because you are an adult giving these children some validity. Their parents are over there or not even there, so that's why they come, because you're showing an adult attention, that you're saying that they're worth it. You allowed them to join with your 2 and 5-year-old. Yeah, they're 13 and 12 and stuff like that. And your children, and they treating your children with respect, and treating you with respect, and you laughing at them and throwing the ball at them too. They like it because that's what they need. And that's what Yahuah wants us to know. That we produce the fruit of the Ruakh HaKodesh as long as we continue to let him nourish us. What's the ground? The ground is Yahuah. The nutrients is the discipleship of Yahusha. And the water and everything else that flows through all of us and everything like that. That is the Ruakh HaKodesh. And then we have power like photosynthesis and things like that he gave us in us, is innate in us. So please, know that Yahuah loves you. Accept his love. See yourself as Yahuah sees you. Value yourself as Yahuah values you. Get with him and realize what he's saying about you. And then you start saying the same thing about yourself. In your thoughts, and your words, and your actions. I love you. Other people love you. Accept our love. Earn your own throne. And, of course, get with Yahuah on this. Shalom.